What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my release date predictions for the Kingdom Hearts DLC, Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. Now, this is part of our E3 coverage. We've had a lot of videos out about E3, and one of the best parts of E3 this year, I believe, is the fact that Square Enix is back, right? They were out of it last year, but they are coming back this year, and they have a lot of announcements. And this E3 obviously is going to be centered a lot on Microsoft, a lot on the next generation of consoles. There could be some stealth announcements. Maybe we get a Rocksteady game. Maybe we get another new announcement of like a GTA 6 or a Bully 2. There's a lot of things that can happen, right? Cyberpunk could, have a release date and all this stuff. There's a lot that can happen, but what I love about Square Enix in this year is that they really have a chance to steal the show. They have so many really solid announcements that they could talk about with their Avengers project, with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, basically going to be giving us a release date on that, and also the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. Now, this is a touchy subject, right? Because Kingdom Hearts 3 came out this year, and I don't think it's what everybody thought it was going to be. We covered it so much on the channel. If you guys are watching this, welcome back if you guys were with us for our Kingdom Hearts content. But we had a ton of videos. We talked so much about the ending, about the future, about the DLC, and we're really big Kingdom Hearts fans, and we're also aware that Kingdom Hearts, kind of stumbled in a lot of ways and disappointed a lot of people in a lot of different ways this year. But that doesn't take away from what Kingdom Hearts 3 did. Obviously, a return to the franchise after so many years. Obviously, returning to the core franchise if you just want to do Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. But even since the last Kingdom Hearts game, it's been several years. A return to it, it sold insanely well. It sold the best of any Kingdom Hearts game ever. Obviously, solidifying it as you need to keep making these games. We're going to kind of push this forward. And that tended to be the talk in the background, that you have to think Square Enix is then going to Tetsuya Nomura and saying, you know what, these games are selling better than ever. We need you to really, put on the high gear. You can't take 15 more years to make Kingdom Hearts 4. You got to get on it right away. And I think the answer from him back is, okay, let's do it, So I feel like that's in the background. We had videos talking about that too. Kingdom Hearts 4, how long is it realistically, going to take to make it? But one of the biggest things that still has to come for this year, which I do like, I like it when companies do this, is this really big story DLC. Now, we've been getting this from a lot of different games throughout the last couple of years, and I really do appreciate it when games take their time, they come out, they take a couple months, 4, 5, 6, however many months, within a year. I don't think it's okay to have it come out more than a year later and come out with this big, meaty DLC that's, in addition to the story, you have to pay, an okay penny to get the DLC, but overall, it's really going to add something to it, right? It's going to push it forward. And we've gotten that before. We got that with The Witcher. Obviously, Blood and Wine is one of the best ones that one can think of, but so many games have gotten that. An Uncharted, basically, they end up spinning it off into a brand new game, a AAA game in Lost Legacy, but a lot of games have done it, and now it's Kingdom Hearts' turn. So it's going to be very interesting, firstly, to just see it. And you've got to think Kingdom Hearts is one of the main pillars of this E3 for Square Enix. Like I said, the Avengers project, in my opinion, should be number one. Absolutely at the top of the list, it needs to be that. Some could argue they'd want to probably see Final Fantasy over that. I mean, okay, I want to see the remake too. I want to know when we're going to get our hands on it, all that stuff. But I really need to see, the next, whatever this Avengers game is. And also, they have Life is Strange as a property too. Don't count that out from being a main thing as well. But Kingdom Hearts, having the DLC being shown, having, I would hope that they would have gameplay and we get to see a little bit of who we're playing as, where we're playing it as. I want to see specifics with pricing, how much is it going to cost, and I want to see the release date. Now, it has to come out this year. And there's been talk, and obviously a lot of people have said that it will come out this year, okay? It's going to come out in the fall. In terms of the release date for that, it's kind of all over the place. You can't, in my opinion, the only thing you can maybe look to is Final Fantasy 15, which was also Nomura. Now, that game went through a lot of ups and downs and a lot of internal development struggles with basically everybody there, and also the fact that they kind of forced Nomura to make a game that he didn't even really want to make, or the vision, and that obviously came to light in Kingdom Hearts 3 if you guys were paying attention to Verum Rex and all that stuff. But the main point here is Final Fantasy 15 came out in September, and when I look at game developers and I look at the publishers and having the games come out, I do think they tend to kind of stay in their realm of comfort. And I feel like Final Fantasy 15 sold it really well, and that came out in early September. Could that be Kingdom Hearts 3? I think it could. I think September honestly makes the most sense for Kingdom Hearts. It puts it before the onrush of just so many games that are going to definitely come out in October and November. Now, we don't really know a lot of the games as of right now, right? We don't know a lot of the games that are coming out. We know games like Borderlands 3 is coming out in September. We have a couple release dates, but really not many. We don't know the date that Call of Duty is coming out. We know when Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order comes out. We know there's a Gears game. We know there's a Pokemon game. We know there's an Animal Crossing game. We know there's a lot of games. We know that Watch Dogs 3 is most likely in development and coming out in the fall. So there's a lot of games coming out, and I don't think you want your DLC for a game to be mixed in there. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3 sold really, really well, right? It did amazing. I think it was really good for them to get it out in January when they did. I think that was a smart release date for them when it did actually release. But you can't expect your DLC to move that many copies of your game and also have to compete with what's going to be coming out in the fall. So I think the earlier, the better. At the same time, let's not forget who we're dealing with in Tetsuya Nomura and the whole team, right? We can't, I mean, you guys can yell at me all you want for criticizing them in their development, but I think throughout their history, I think having so many Kingdom Hearts games and taking so long to make these Kingdom Hearts games, you can't help but poke and laugh and make fun of them for how long it takes to release their games. There's reasons people say Kingdom Hearts 4 is releasing in 2050 because that's not honestly that far off. And again, that's just a light joke. But to be completely honest, when it does come to something like this, I can't help but think that September seems to be too early. However, like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't want it to be a year. Like, this cannot come out in January. It needs to come out this year, and it needs to come out, I think, before December. I don't think coming out in December, because that's like 11 months after your game, and it's like, do people really, I know it's DLC, I know it's brand new, I know it's a brand new story, I know you're jumping back in, and it's whole new content. Maybe it sets up Kingdom Hearts 4. Maybe it fills in, they even said it's going to fill in some of the blanks and explain Kingdom Hearts 3. That's great. Will it also set up Kingdom Hearts 4? That'll be a question that we'll obviously get an answer to when the game comes out. It's going to have a lot of stuff that people are definitely going to want to play. I think any hardcore Kingdom Hearts fan, and really hopefully anybody that bought Kingdom Hearts 3, will want to get the DLC. At the end of the line, though, like the harsh truth of the matter is not everybody that buys your game is going to buy the DLC. In fact, the percentage is very, very low. So you can't expect everybody that bought the game to buy the DLC. You're going to be expecting, I think, low sales. Say 5 to 6 million people bought the base game. I say less than 1 million people will get the DLC. Probably way, way less than 1 million people will get the DLC. So that's tough, and you can't have that come out at the same time that these big, big games are coming out. I don't think DLC survives like that. Honestly, I think like Wolfenstein Youngblood, which they're doing in late July. It's, I think, July 26th or 29th or something like that. That is the spin-off, but it's kind of become its own full game of Wolfenstein 2, the kind of the 2.5, right, for Wolfenstein. That's really smart because it's not a property that's even that big in the beginning. I mean, it's obviously a name title, but it's not that big, and it's a spin-off, and it's just a $40 or $30 game. So you can't expect that many people to buy it, and if it comes out in October, it's going to get wrecked, and it's not going to sell. I think the same thing honestly goes with Kingdom Hearts DLC. So when it comes to my predictions, overall, the point I'm trying to get across is earlier the better. I think September is the best case scenario. I think if it comes out in October or November, you're running the risk that people aren't going to buy it, and I do think you have to keep that stuff in mind when you're, publishing this product. At the same time, you can't rush them, and they may not even need to be rushed. They may just take years on their own. I'm joking with the years, but they may take the full 11 months on their own because they feel like they need to. That is the kind of people and the game developers that they have there. So it's tough, but I do think at this E3 we will see gameplay. We'll see who we're playing as. Maybe it's Sora and Riku. Maybe it's just Sora. Who knows? We'll see the world. We'll see whatever's going on. I hope we see the price. I hope it's a decently priced thing. I hope it's not more than $30. And I hope to see a release date. I think we need to get a release date, and hopefully it's September. But guys, let me know in the comments below, what are you expecting from all that? What do you think the DLC is going to be? Who will we play as? Where will it be? When will it release? How much will it be? All of those questions, let me know. And make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And again, if you guys have watched our Kingdom Hearts content earlier this year, we're going to be jumping back into it when this DLC comes out. We'll have videos leading into it. We'll have videos talking about it when it actually comes out. And then we'll have videos afterwards talking about what we played and the future of Kingdom Hearts. So we're going to be jumping back into our Kingdom Hearts content in the fall, and Tyler and I are very excited to do that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you on the next video.